The average American moves twice a decade. RJ typically house sits in over 50 places each year. And after 3 months in this loft, today is moving day.
For me to survive in New York City, all I need is my base. It happens to be on wheels, it's my foundation, and it's my mobile cart.
Hi, my name is Kate Hashimoto, and I'm an extreme cheapskate. I'm a licensed CPA, and I've lived in New York for 3 years. Although it is the most expensive city to live in, I found ways to get around it. I have only $1.30 here. Would you take that? If I have to spend money, I cannot avoid it. I will try to pay as little as possible. I am a cheapskate for a number of reasons. After I graduated from college, I pretty much assumed I'd be employed for the rest of my life. But then I was a casualty of the dot-com crash. I've lost a career, not for $25. I learned that the best way to live is to be very frugal and minimize my expenses.
It's gonna be $10.
I have only $5 worth of change. Would you be able to take $5 for that?
No, unfortunately I can't.
You can't bring it down?
Yeah, I wish I could, but I can't.
Yeah, then I'll go elsewhere. Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. Have a good day.
If I use a paper towel in a public restroom, I'm drying off hands that I washed clean, so I keep them and reuse them. You can reuse the paper towel many times. Why pay to throw something away, especially when I can get it for free? I don't believe in paying for furniture. I have never bought furniture. Wow, there's some chairs in the dumpster. I furnished my place through picking up discarded furniture on the street before the trash picked it up. Now this is pretty dirty, but this one looks much cleaner. Well, I don't have high-end, like upscale furniture, but I would say I probably saved at least a couple $1,000s on furniture. This works well and it's much cleaner. I average about $200 a month in basic living expenses. I own my own home free and clear. I just have to pay real estate taxes and condo fees. I didn't pay anything for furniture. I got all the furniture that I have either off the street or from hand-me-downs from other people. This is my makeshift couch. I found this in the trash outside a school dorm at the end of the school year. It's also my guest bed when people visit. This is my bed where I sleep, and these are actually yoga mats that somebody was trying to get rid of, so I took them. I do consider my bed comfortable, and I don't really have a need for a real bed. Beds cost hundreds of dollars, and that is absolutely outrageous. And here's my small kitchen. My place came with a dishwasher. The dishwasher is a waste of water and energy. So now it's just storage space. This is an electric stove that I got using the free gift certificate. I have this because my place came with a gas stove and oven, but the utility company was charging me $17 a month, minimum monthly fee, just for having the gas turned on. I rarely cook, so I got the gas shut off. Now the stove is a storage area, and I also have some magazines here to use it as a table. I normally don't spend money on clothes. I haven't bought any clothes in probably 8 years. The last time I bought underwear was 1998. I don't think I've ever bought socks. This is one of my undershirts that I've had since I was a child, pretty much. And I got these shorts on sale in 1999 for, I think it was $15. These are too wide now because the elastic kind of wore out over the years. So I take this binder clip and I clip it together and it fits fine. And these shorts have lasted me 13 years going on and hopefully more years. I store my toiletries in this box. I don't believe in paying for toiletries. I'm subscribed to many different mailing lists, and I also keep my eyes on freebie sites. Whenever I hear of any free sample offer that's for something that I would actually use, I would go and fill out a form. Here are some free samples of sanitary pads and tampons. And also, sometimes I go to some promotional events where freebies are being given out. Dental floss, contact lens solutions, toothbrushes, toothpastes, free samples of deodorants, free samples of razors. I'm a big fan of free samples. Maybe I'm an extreme sampler. I don't do laundry. You have to pay quite a bit in quarters, so whenever I have dirty clothes, I try to wash them while I'm showering. Today I'm using a free sample of detergent I got. Okay, I need to get detergent and bleach onto my clothes before I put them in the shower to soak. And once I'm done showering, then I lather up the clothes. I almost never do laundry. I think the last time I did laundry was maybe 3 years ago. And I start wringing out these clothes. I don't use the dryer. Not only does the dryer waste money, but it shrinks clothes and it wears clothes out faster. You can keep your clothes looking newer for longer if you don't dry them. Well, normally I would want to do maybe a load of laundry every other week. It costs like $3 to wash and dry clothes. Just save maybe $6 a month. I used to get my hair cut once a year at a beauty school. And then I decided I would cut my own hair. A former roommate actually left this behind. And that has worked out much better. I have heard that normal people pay $100 for a haircut. Now that's very hard to imagine. I can't believe that. I don't use toilet paper. I just use water and soap to clean myself off after going to the bathroom. I take this water bottle that I have and I rinse myself off. If I just urinated, I'm done with that, and then I dry myself off with one of the paper towels I have. If I took a dump, then I also grab soap, wipe myself down with the soap, and then I take the water and rinse off the soap. I don't believe in spending money on something that you're just gonna throw away, such as toilet paper or paper towels.
Hey, welcome back. You have a good rest of your day, okay? Let me get back in. Sometimes the tenants in this building will drop stuff, and it's, you know, kind of good to double check. You never know what you're gonna get. Got a nickel, got a quarter, and a stick of gum. As a doorman concierge in New York City, I have the key to the city. Hey. Being a doorman, it's freebie land, like 100%. I've never approached a tenant to ask for anything. It's just my charm.
I've given RJ mostly clothes, pants, some running sneakers.
Okay. All right, now I look like Derek on the weekends. You know, it is what they say. One man's trash is another's treasure. Anything's given to me comes down here. It's like my space. I love this basement. I get to come down here and relax on my breaks. This is a place I come to a lot, but this is not my home. I'm allowed to store things in this space, but living here, no, that would be like, I'd have to pay rent. The average rent to live in Manhattan is around $3,900. But I managed to live rent-free in New York for the past 2 years. I'm not homeless. I have a lot of homes. Right now, I'm staying rent-free at a beautiful home in the Upper West Side. Instead of renting or subletting or whatever these other people do, I've managed to live rent-free, like from place to place, babysit, dog sit, plant sit. I sit for everybody. I do not sublet, I no-let.
The average American moves twice a decade. RJ typically house sits in over 50 places each year. And after 3 months in this loft, today is moving day.
For me to survive in New York City, all I need is my base. It happens to be on wheels, it's my foundation, and it's my mobile cart. I use this cart to kind of go from place to place to place. You know, when I'm house sitting or cat sitting or plant sitting, I just kind of have this with me, and all my stuff's in here. All the gear and clothing and stuff for work are gonna be over here. And then I have like my photos, just so I can kind of make everywhere that I'm at feel like home for a little bit. If I'm not supposed to use a kitchen, in my mobile contraption, I've got it all taken care of. Everything on this cart goes with me everywhere. When you try to push the mobile cart around New York City, that's not fun, that's not easy. I get every look in the world. Cars honk at me all the time. I've had my altercation with a cab or two, but I keep it moving. I would say that my cheap lifestyle started with my parents. They instilled in me blue-collar values. My dad wanted us to know that you have to be appreciative of what you have. So every little bit of cash that I have, it means a lot to me. I don't always stay in, you know, a beautiful Soho loft. I don't always stay, you know, on Park Avenue.
Hey, RJ.
I've been to places that I don't even think are on the map.
Really quick, the brief rundown.
Okay.
This is the rabbit. His name is Sir Winston.
Winston, okay.
So houseplants, pretty easy, just water as you see needed. Mail would go here. I prefer to have somebody stay in my house whenever I leave town. In case an emergency happens, someone breaks in, there's a small fire, something like that, then there's somebody on site who can take care of it.
Your house is in good hands. Don't even worry about it.
Thank you, RJ.
Bye.
Bye.
The rules of being a no-let, very, very simple. If you move it, you put it back. If you mess it up, you clean it up. Just have some respect. My no-let lifestyle affects the personal and social aspects of who I am, like, tremendously. I mean, I don't even have a permanent place to live. That's the sacrifice that doesn't allow me to say, hey, everybody, let's come to RJ's place. You know, let's have a nice dinner party or whatever. There's certain bonds that I maybe won't have with other people because I don't live the same life they do. Okay, silly rabbit, here we go. Okay, baby.
Any leftover garnishes in people's drinks, I just put them in my Tupperware and I take them home. Why not save the leftover garnishes from the bar? They're going in the garbage anyway. Let me get some more popcorn.
23-year-old bartender Anthony Galanda can clear up to $200 per shift.
I like to save the leftover popcorn kernels because I can make a nice batch of popcorn at home.
But it is his creative scavenging at work that stretches his wages even further.
Lots of times when people order drinks, they don't finish them, and that's a waste of alcohol. Leftover alcohol that customers leave, I just take it home. I do not steal, I am not a thief. I'm just like a recycle man, that's it. When I have to pull that dollar out of my wallet, I feel like I'm dying a little bit inside. The difference between cheap vodka and expensive vodka is the filtration process. How many times it's processed through a filter? To change this vodka into something that's really good quality, I'll have to filter it myself. This is how I turn used, leftover vodka into top shelf stuff. I learned to become cheap from my mom.
Oh, nice. Right here.
Got the cheap gene.
Thank you, son.
I'm definitely frugal,
Cheers.
but he takes it to a whole nother level.
Living with my mom does have its perks. She pays all the bills, so I don't have to worry about any of that. But the privacy, it's just not there.
Sit up straight.
It's a very small apartment. He feels like he's saving me money with all of his frugalness. He really just doesn't pay any rent. It would be like trying to get water out of a stone.
You're not having one?
I'll take a sip.
It's time for Anthony to move out.
Here you go, Anthony.
He's 23, he's not getting any younger.
Right here.
Thanks. I'm a little bit apprehensive about getting my own place because the average rent in Queens is $1,600 a month. Since my mom wants me to move out, I'm gonna have to do whatever it takes to find an apartment, but I don't want to spend more than $500 a month in rent. I do my research through police blotters to see if the apartment will be cheaper because there's crime in the area. I'm actually in a neighborhood where there's been a couple of robberies.
Come this way.
And that should bring the value down for me and get it to the point that I'm looking for.
Let me show you the bedroom. Hardwood floors throughout the entire apartment. You have a lovely king-size bedroom.
Tell me, how much is the rent here?
The rent is $2,000 a month.
Ah, man, that's out of my range. If I can get to that $500 price point, I'll be a happy camper. I checked the police blotter. There's been 3 robberies within the past year close by. When crime goes up, the rent goes down. That's what I'm looking for. You gotta work with me, knock something off the price.
As a broker, I'm not allowed to comment on the safety of an area. Come on, that's ridiculous. But that definitely will not affect the price of the apartment. Let me show you a place that might be a little bit more in your range.
I'm a legal hustler. I hustle within the law to save money.
It's right here, right this way.
That's how I roll.
I'm gonna show you an apartment this way.
Okay.
It's about the size of a studio, nice.
All right.
Let's check it out. So what do you think?
The apartment was very small.
You can fit a nice twin-size bed here. Toilet.
That toilet's gross, you know what I mean? I see this is $500 a month.
Price is $700. That's the bottom line.
Wait, what am I gonna do about the toilet? There's no shower.
You can use the sink. Maybe you can even use baby wipes.
I don't see myself living there. I mean, the price was outrageous. I just can't.
Good luck on your search.
Appreciate it, man, appreciate it. Although I'm still desperate to find a place, I'm still not going to overpay. Hey, Lawrence?
Mike?
Anthony.
Anthony.
And I'm still going to negotiate everywhere I go.
There she is. What do you think?
Oh, wow. She's a beaut.
Had you ever thought about that?
Now I am. It's huge.
Watch your step. Go ahead and jump in there.
Lawrence, what's that smell, man?
I've been trying to sell this RV for approximately 6 months. Look at the spaciousness of this vehicle. The only sticking point was the smell. You can move this vehicle from one side of the street to the other side of the street without any legal problems whatsoever. $650 a year for insurance, $100 a year for the registration, and we're talking a matter of, say, $500 for gas.
How much is the cost of this vehicle?
$7 grand.
Okay.
But for you, $4,000.
This thing is like as old as my grandma. It stinks in here.
People are very interested in owning the vehicle, but when they find that someone died inside the vehicle, it kind of kills the deal right there. I'm prepared to offer you a discount, maybe $3,000.
The $3,000 purchase price plus the $1,250 a year in expenses means that Anthony's cost to own his new home is only $354 a month, well under his budget.
Look, my own place. Right here, Ma.
Are you kidding? This is so you. It smells like a
Yeah, don't
kennel.
mind the smell. Don't mind the smell.
Oh my goodness. It smells like a kennel. I never thought I would see the day that Anthony would finally get his own place to live in.